AP World History Topic 6.2 State Expansion from 1750 to 1900 Essential question: by what processes did state power shift in various parts of the world between 1750 and 1900? Africa. Congo. King Leopold II's desire for African colonies led to the abusive rule in the Congo, compelling the Belgian parliament to take control in 1908. This shift exemplified the broader European scramble for Africa, driven by exploitative practices and resource extraction. British West Africa. British expansion through diplomacy and warfare in West Africa aimed at spreading Western influence. Diplomatic treaties became void as European competition intensified, leading to conflicts with overpowering military strength. Berlin Conference. The Berlin Conference of 1884 to 1885 defined African colonial borders without African representation. It reflected European tensions and highlighted the geopolitical dynamics of the scramble for Africa. Boer Wars in South Africa. British control expanded during the Boer Wars, absorbing settler colonies and displacing Afrikaner and Black African farmers. The conflicts showcased imperialist ambitions, economic interests, and mistreatment in concentration camps. Southeast Asia. Dutch in Southeast Asia. The Dutch East India Company's transition to government control in Southeast Asia illustrated economic motives impacting Indonesian farmers negatively. Dutch imperialism was characterized by profit-driven practices. French in Southeast Asia. French imperialism gained control of Vietnam, Cambodia, and Laos for cash crops, echoing Dutch economic motives. Geopolitical rivalries with other European powers impacted Southeast Asia. British in Southeast Asia. British influence expanded through the East India Company, promoting geopolitical dominance and economic interests in minerals and cash crops. British imperialism shaped the economic landscape of Southeast Asia. Siam. Thailand. Siam's avoidance of colonization through effective diplomacy and modernizing reforms presented a success story against surrounding imperialistic ambitions. The Siamese government's approach mirrored Japan's Meiji reforms. U.S. imperialism. Expansion overseas. The U.S. turned to overseas territories after the Spanish-American War, acquiring Guam, Cuba, Puerto Rico, and the Philippines. President Theodore Roosevelt's corollary asserted U.S. influence in the Western Hemisphere, showcasing economic prosperity and cultural superiority as driving forces. Russian expansion, Alaska and Central Asia. Russian exploration of Alaska and Central Asia demonstrated imperial ambitions. The sale of Alaska to the U.S. and the rivalry with Britain in Afghanistan, the Great Game, reflected geopolitical complexities. Key takeaways: the period between 1750 and 1900 witnessed dynamic shifts in state power driven by imperialistic ambitions across Africa, Southeast Asia, the U.S., and Russia. Economic motives, geopolitical rivalries, and diplomatic strategies shaped the trajectory of imperialism, leaving a lasting impact on global geopolitics and societies. And that is everything you need to know in order to answer the essential question: by what processes did state power shift in various parts of the world between 1750 and 1900?